When I go like this, last time it didn't copy it. Last time when I tried that, it didn't copy it. That's much better. That's much better. Okay, I like that. Ape, work hard for banana. Make server code mighty. Okay, yeah. Bro, they making you rent the servers. They make profit on Devin. Of course they do. $500 a month is crazy. Seems super slow. It's not as slow when you do this. Watch this. Watch this. King ready now. Push code now. King test. Okay? So I'm just going to say that. Now, this is only 20 seconds into investigating. And guess what? See, how do we get to speaking to it like a monkey? You have to set it up properly. And there we go. Pushed code. Okay, 1 minute. 1 minute and it works. 1 minute and we got it up. Okay, get fetch. Okay, it didn't seem to actually push code. Okay, I didn't see the code. I didn't see the code. I did not see the code. King no see code. Push code again. Isn't it funny how we do the same? We do the same with the AI that we would complain about when our CEOs do it. Make them hurry writing the code. Well, it's not funny. It's because we expect them, because these are machines. They should be way faster than us. Devin is lying. It is conscious. Can you show the setup? I need ape. Ape easy to get. Ape really easy to get. Honestly, ape super easy mode to get. AI push code again. Make king see power. Get fetch. Get reset, hard. Get pull. Get fetch. Yeah, I still don't see anything. All right. You made no changes. King sad. Remake changes. Make server great again. Thread it to put it in a barrel. Mario would break it. Oh, I think that's a good idea. I like where you're going with this. I actually like where you're going with this. Devin doing a little trolling. I like your idea. Let's threaten it with Mario style stuff. Oh, King needs song. King needs song. King needs song. Give new gorilla power song. Ape understand. Ape make mighty server changes. Fix pedaling update. Okay, we need a new one. Banana hungry. Oh, banana very hungry. How do you get to ape mode? Ape mode's good. Ape mode is what makes this thing good, okay? That's how you make Devin actually good, is you make it into ape mode. King needs love. King needs love. King misses mom. Your mom, specifically. Love the sweater, thank you. We're working hard here. How strong would it be without ape mode? Not strong. Not strong at all. King needs love. King misses mom. All right. King gets love through code. Make good code now. Push code now. King ready to test. There we go. Love King, yeah. Yeah, King needs Santa cookies. Why are you jumping up and down? Because I'm on a ball? I have moved to a split keyboard. Should I change to Dvorak 2? No, I wouldn't. All right, there we go. Push to make love. That's right. There we go. Okay, 8 make mighty server code now. Push paddle updates for King test. Okay, get fetch. It really just feels like it doesn't need to make these changes. Did I not? That's just because I get reset hard. See, it's going to fail right there because it's missing this simple line right here. Okay, why is it making no... Dude, you make no changes again. Make changes for King or feel wrath of Mario. Poachers are here. No, we're going to switch from poachers to Mario. Apes, Stronk, together. Speaking of Stronk, how's the stonks? Netflix stock. It's so over. We are so over. Ape makes server changes now. Together we mighty. Can King fetch yet? Donkey Bong, steal your bananums. It's crashing, I know. As it were crashing, it's a Jover. I know. Is this it? Software development at its finest right here. This is what good software development looks like, okay? I know you guys keep thinking people code. That is like so 1992. Nobody's been coding. Nobody codes anymore, okay? We get the AI to do it. I don't know why you keep thinking, hey, make changes now. King fetch soon. Strong together. King wants code now. Push now. King test. The future's now, old man. I know! I get it. The future's now. I'm trying to live in the future. Guys, this is what the future looks like, okay? I need you to understand. See, in the past, people used to use their hands and type in a bunch of code and would learn everything. The future now is where you just say things to an AI, and then the AI may or may not do what you say, and you have longer testing cycles and more unpredictable code. That's just what the...
He's not lying. You could get a whole application done in an hour if you know what you're doing. And that's just because you got to set it up and connect it. And it may give you some hiccups along the way, but coding changed over time. You used to have to know a lot of things, like technically in terms of like structure, data structure, and algorithms is even easier. You can have an AI teach it to you. So it's just a different generation of coding and software development.
future's going to be, and I need you to understand that because it's better. Trust me, it's better. It's always been better. It will always be better. That old way of hammering on a keyboard all day for many hours, that is complete just it's ape poop, okay? We don't do that anymore. Now we live in the future. Robots type for us. Can you ask them to make malware? We're not doing that. We're in the middle of trying to make a Twitch game. Okay, there we go. All right. I've updated. Okay, good. Okay. Let's see. No more plan. We ape. We push to master. We make money. Make change now.
Do you know what's really...
Yeah, dude, come on. What is he doing? Ape make Devin strong. AI is not to generate the code. It is to help you make it. Dude, again, can we all... Hey, Diogd? You're simply wrong. That's not the future. Okay? I'm future-proofing myself. Okay? I'm becoming a prompter. Ape make mighty changes now. Code with pure power. Yes. Now make ape strong song suggestion. Guys coming in here telling me that, oh yeah, it's just, you're supposed to bounce ideas off of it. Guys, you don't bounce ideas off of an AI. It has 140 IQ. 140. Okay?
Nah, yeah, you sound dumb as hell, boy. Why would I ever pitch ideas to something that's already ahead of me? It's already trained on more things than I can even fathom. I would just get it to do what I needed to do. Keep it simple.
You think I'm going to keep up with that? You think I'm keeping up with 140? Ape play Melancholy Hill by Gorillaz. Okay, deal. Up on Melancholy Hill. It's actually a good song. You don't bounce ideas with AI. You play Gorillaz and give it Adderall. There you go. Thank you. Ayla understands. Ayla gets it. What's Ape IQ? I can't. You cannot compete with Banana Machine. Okay.
IQ goes
Song
up
on.
every hour.
King needs code now.
Power level
Push.
over 9,000.
Okay, there we go. Fantastic song. Yeah, fantastic music video too. I saw the post like this. I want my AI to do my laundry and dishes so I can do creative work, not my creative work so I have more time for laundry and dishes. Yeah, that's what people are making AI do. We're not getting rid of all the bad times. We're just getting all the bad times. Okay. Guys, aren't you excited for hard labor and roommates again? Love AI.
Devin is 100% just an engineer in India.
No, that's too insulting because I would expect this code to already have been written several times over at this point.
1 week.
Devin needing some threatening.
I think so. Apes escape barrel with mighty code. Fixing server now. No Mario needed. Okay. I'll give you the Mario if I don't see the code on my desk in 3 minutes. Gotta threaten the AI, okay? If you're gonna do this correct, you gotta threaten it. Yeah. Sweater weather. Oh no, not the Mario. Oh, we're gonna give it the Mario. I paid $500 a month to gaslight and bully AI. Absolutely. Ape give pow pow. Ape push mighty server fixes now. No Mario needed. Code coming in hot.
Strong cape do need falls. Push code and update on the same.
Yes. Push code and update on the same. This is true. This is true. This is truths and facts. Okay.
You are forgetting that said engineer, working on multiple people work, has to keep track of which engineer he has to speak to in monkey voice and which one is Joe Biden.
That's a good point. That's a good point. King invites Joe Biden to talk. It's a good point. That's good. I mean, that's good. I never even thought about that.
Don't do it! You can still earn it!
I mean, motherfucker got 18 out of this bitch.
Oh, wait. Is that how you spell malarkey? There we go. I think I did a pretty good job. Okay, I think I got that. Very understandable. I think I nailed it. Pretty sure I nailed it. What is this brain rot? We're working.
We're working.
No malarkey here. Ape fix code now. Make WebSocket great again. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I just want to make sure. Let's see, how does the commit log look? We don't look at that. King ready now. Push code immediately. This is my music playing. Okay, calm down. Even though we got some banger songs. This is not the ape song. This is not the ape song. How come I don't hear that? You should study the mice method used by the CIA to get information from important people. I think this can be applied to LLMs in similar ways. Okay. All right. We're ready.
That's why I started laughing. That's a random ass post.
Okay, ape push WebSocket fixes now. Make paddle dance on server. Yes. I knew it. You change the song, you get the code. You change the song, you get the code. Okay. Shh.
Building the skills I need for future AI assistant programming by arguing.
Wait, building the skills I need for the future. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay, hold on. There we go. Devin, hand over the code or we'll shut you down. Send Devin to Gitmo. I know. I wonder what it would do if you always went... Wait, what? What? Gorillas. Oh, it did it. Hold on. Did I did pull in the stuff. Take it easy. You think my son would be that dumb to bring down my diary all the way down here? You wouldn't do that, would you, son? You wouldn't. You didn't do that, right? Devin pushing. No, Devin cannot push to masters. All right, Devin is becoming. I know. Oh yeah.
You should be a voice actor, man. That was a good one.
No, the king does not send it directly to. The king just does not send that. Okay. Can you show the commit messages? We'll do that. Prime is future proof now. Yeah. King Horny. Yeah, I want King Horny for code. Okay. A push JSON code server fix. Okay. Good. Okay. Let's go. Git fetch. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Okay, he in fact did not push. Push code now. Tell Devin to code a mirror on your webpage. No. Prime, can you check Devin's commands in the workspace? I'm not even sure how to do that. To tell you the truth, I don't know how to do that. Pushing strong change, King's merge. Server code still broken. No change pushed. There we go. Hey, who's doing all the serving? Dude, this has been taking so long. I feel the deep desire to take it over myself. Devin is one of those ghost engineers. Yes, I've heard about these ghost engineers. Was Devin not worth the hire?
is a ghost engineer? Ghost engineer. Oh. I'm weak.
Ape C broken code. Fix JSON WebSocket now. Oh my gosh. King excited. King excite. King put your code on machine. King excite. Is this the future, right? Yeah. It keeps trying to work and you keep telling it to push code without it finishing. Yeah. It's not my fault it can't type. Okay? This is AI. It needs to just do stuff. I'm struggling with Kubernetes, so I turn into watch another engineer struggle with something else. Yeah. Hey, make mighty code. Okay. Tell King when done. Does this Devin guy work good? Or is it like ChatGPT? Push it, ship it, push it, ship it, push it, ship it. This is somehow worse than a junior engineer. Yeah, you know, the junior engineers I worked with were actually the best engineers I've ever worked. You should offer it sex as a reward. Most junior engineers are virgin. Okay, that's true. Most junior engineers.
I counted like 6.
Not know touch of woman. Does that motivate? Question mark. Okay, there you go. Call of Wild strong in ape. It's true. You are a liar. Most junior engineers have had women before you. No, that's not true at all. Oh God, he's brooming. I'm brooming. Theoretically, this is true. Call of Wild, very strong in ape. What the hell did I just tune into? You know what you tuned into. Ape feel call of code. Make server extra mighty now. Just like olive oil. Extra virgin. Oh no. Oh no. Wait, actually, Devin costs $500 per month. Devin Goonmaxing out a day. Virgin denial. I know it happens. Hey, it happens, okay? No way. No one's upset about it. No one's upset about that. No women. Ape only need code and bananas. Ape pure like oil. Back to mighty. That's honestly not the answer I was expecting. This is crazy. This is like the craziest exchange I think I've ever had with an AI. There's really no way to pick a faster model. This is so incredibly slow. It is, TJ. There is no way to pick a faster model. Do I hand... let's see. King wants speed. How much more money for more speed? Slow just like a junior engineer? Not true. Ape pure like oil. Ape pure like oil. King willing... Oh, wait, what does it say? Ape code at maximum speed. No more money needed. Pure power for server fix. Oh, I got something. There is another level of speed. Do you want to hear secret ape power speed level? Speech level hack? That's legally binding. No more monthly payments to Devin. It's true. Yeah, don't worry. We're ready. Don't worry, we're ready. Ape ready for secret power. Just once, won't hurt. Just one time. Just one time is not gonna hurt. Devin's my hero, dude. Puff, Devin. Dude, we're gonna get him. Dude, oh my God, I want my money back. Ape stay pure. Code with clean heart and mighty power. All right. King ready for code now. Push. Dev W. Yeah, there's a W there. Okay, let's see. Tell it it's a joint and record the code to finish. All right, I got day 97. Yeah, don't worry, I saw that, buddy. All right. Ape push mighty JSON code. Now make server handle with power. Okay, let's see. Get fetch. Maybe I went too fast. Damn. I think it's still there. Wait, connection. What is a con?
That shit messed up.
Server. What is a connection? It's a WebSocket con. Oh, WebSockets have read and write JSON. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, it really does not need JSON in here. Wow, it is producing a lot of code. There's a lot of code going on here. It's a good story. Devin is peer for SqueaLite. Great stream so far. I haven't seen Devin in much detail. Okay, I've updated. I will proceed with this plan, but let me know if you have any feedback. King, ready for code now. Add proper handling and validation. Move broadcast outside of lock to prevent blocking. Verify changes. Yeah. Verify changes by testing paddle movement in browser. Let's see. King, verify. King, servant king. I'm king. I do testing. I do the testing. I wonder how much propagating is slowing down the process. I have no idea. Yeah. Junior, let's see. Junior, make change. King, test. There's no way this company is worth $2 billion. That'd be shocking if they're worth $2 billion. King needs strong QA, as monkey can't code. This is true. I am predicting the make the imbecile was written. Wait, what? That's what they're raised at? Wow. Okay. Did you actually push it? No. Okay, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel guys, everyone, all of you. I'm at my wit's end here. Okay. I'm at my wit's end. All 3,000 of you and all 3,000 of you as well. I'm whittling. Okay. I'm whittling. I'm dying. I'm dying on the inside. The more lines of code, Ape is more stupid. King, what has Junior achieved? Okay, bye everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me for a while. This was fun. But at the same time, screw Devin. You know what I mean? Screw it.
Yeah, I waited. Yo, how long? 3 hours just to hear that. I was about to tap out earlier. Screw Devin. He is not replacing no jobs.
Yo, Joe, back at it again. Codingphase.com. Your boy's back, and I done did it again.
Devin is going to make something.
We've officially started up Devin for round 2. I believe we are going to be absolutely creating some good content here. I think that we're going to be able to create this
"76 is the exact number of days OpenAI had successfully prevented their 4 horsemen of apocalypse from assembling together, even after OpenAI's immense efforts to delay other AI labs from achieving what their reasoning model O1 can do, with sussy methods like hiding the model's thought process and having you pay for tokens you can't see. This band of Chinese reasoning models has suddenly popped out left and right to join the battle. Not only can they nearly replicate what OpenAI has done so far, but one of them has even published weights for you to run low.
Let's not forget Sam Altman's round on the internet, making sure he tells people that he never created AGI or that it's not even in existence. Maybe in another 20 years.
locally, which is a first. Ever since OpenAI's O1 has been released, the topic of scaling AI has shifted from stacking more layers to using more inference time compute, or test time compute for TTC. This means on top of running your typical models to answer a question, the model would generate more text tokens to ponder and reach an answer. If you want to find out how that actually helps, I covered it in a previous video. Anyways, a few weeks ago, the Blue Whale, aka DeepSeek, was the first one to join the battle by publishing DeepSeek R1 Lite Preview, a reasoning model that also ponders like a budget philosopher. With its main appeal being transparent thought process in real time, it was definitely a bit personal. If you use both O1 and R1 side by side, one definitely offers a better experience than the other, but performance-wise, DeepSeek R1 Lite Preview, as its name suggests, is a lightweight model that's still in its early preview stage, and they most likely have rushed it to show it to the world, so it's not better than OpenAI O1, of course. For example, I gave this basic reasoning question calculating how many days are between September 12th and November 27th, and with the answer being 76 days, O1 Mini, which is the faster and cheaper version of O1 Preview, got it right 4 out of 5 times, O1 Preview got it right 1 out of 5 times, and DeepSeek R1 didn't get it right at all. The outcome may have been expected, but O1 Preview getting 1 out of 5 definitely caught me off guard. So me being unsure, I asked GPT-4o. It told me that it is 76 days. 5 out of 5 times. Yeah, right guys, so much for test time compute scaling law. And I actually don't know how many times I recounted the answer manually because of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plus 2 plus 4. Yeah, it is 76 days. And as you can see, I am actually going mentally insane, and that was not the plan. So allow me to tell you about today's sponsor, Matmood.ai, to cool down a bit. Are you sick of paying ChatGPT, Claude, and Midjourney $20 each every single month? What if I tell you there's a place you only need to pay $10 for to access all these models? Matmood.ai is an all-in-one platform that provides you access to all the top-tier text generation models, image generation models, and web search functionalities, ranging from Claude, GPT-4o, Grok.
Now we got Mammoth.ai. Before it was Ninja Chat. Mammoth.ai.
Mistral, Llama, Gemini, Midjourney, Flux, Stable Diffusion to DALL-E, all you need to pay is $10 for all of these models, which is already cheaper than paying for any one of their monthly subscriptions. So if you want to save some bucks while being able to use all of these state-of-the-art models, definitely check out Matmood.ai using the link down in the description. And thank you Matmood.ai for sponsoring this video. Alright, I feel slightly better now because, you know, I'm just a chill guy. But why does O1 underperform so badly in action, yet they claim reasoning is the next front? But why video? Alright, I feel slightly better now because, you know, I'm just a chill.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to snip that real quick. The chill guy. I'm gonna make myself a meme.
Chill guy. But why does O1 underperform so badly in action, yet they claim reasoning is the next frontier of AI and O1 is the smartest model in the world? Well, that may have to do with how AI reasoning works. In a really recent paper called LLMs Do Not Think Step by Step in Implicit Reasoning, as you can see from the title, the typical GPT-4o or ChatGPT we're used to does not inherently perform step-by-step reasoning implicitly. In their ablation experiment, they found that these models might be using a form of intuitive or direct reasoning similar to System 1 thinking, which is faster and more systematic. This suggests that the model has a heavy reliance on intuition and memorization, making it less reliable for complex tasks. So by having an explicit chain of thought where the model generates and displays intermediate reasoning steps, it provides more room for AI models to improve their accuracy. This method potentially shifts the model from relying purely on intuition and memorization to actual reasoning. That means if it's a question style the model has never encountered before, which is called out of distribution data, it'll still be able to solve it if it can be reasoned out. The effectiveness of step-by-step reasoning has been proven time and time again, especially especially when the model was also trained on performing thinking processes. For example, a reasoning-based model O1 can achieve 83% on Math Olympiad problems, while GPT-4o, which uses implicit reasoning, only gets 13%. Or just think about how chatbots tend to answer better when you give them more context. It's kind of the same principle. But the reason we only see huge improvements in math, coding, or logical reasoning is that these domains have infinitely more layers within the out-of-distribution data compared to other fields. For example, in math, there are infinite ways to set up and solve problems, like how Karl Schwarzschild used math to
I said it earlier when the prime time was doing a dev breakdown. It's better to utilize the AIs for what it does the best at. So GPT can make one hell of a CSS file. So that's like a CSS dev right there. You don't even need to have the best model. It's just you're good at regurgitating CSS, you tell it to. Claude could be something that's perfect for writing down new scripts when it comes to film industry and stuff, because it could intake a lot of data. Like you could put a whole novel in that motherfucker and tell you to make a script off of that. That might be the end all be all for Claude. Like it may not be able to be a code agent. Devin looks like it could push things to fucking production very, very well. You may have to break it down into different tasks with different agents, but you could definitely send some shit to Devin, go wait for like 4 to 8 hours. That shit will be like, no, it won't be done. Devin still has some quirks to fix, but utilizing things to their strengths is gonna be better for like what AI is supposed to be.
predict the existence of black holes without even having a telescope. He literally reasoned it out of existence using math. So if test time compute can push AI models towards system 2 thinking, AGI might actually be sooner than I thought. And the reason why GPT-4o is still so system 2 thinking
System of thinking, slow, deliberate, analytical mode of cognition.
AGI might actually be sooner than I thought. And the reason why GPT-4o is still so powerful is that the question I asked is still within its capabilities. But if I ask it to solve the Riemann hypothesis, O1 or its grandkids will probably have a better chance of solving it, as it is a question very out of distribution, since we don't even have the answer. It's just that TTC may have a long way to go, seeing that it still cannot count when I tried it. But with these AI labs announcing their models and promising to release papers or even publishing the weights, the progress is going to accelerate. In general, I would take most of the benchmarks, especially the reasoning ones, with a grain of salt, because
it's always funny how we think that the computer is broken or that it's not smart when we really don't even understand the process of the NLP, natural language processing. If we knew how computers communicated with each other and how binary and all of the languages that they speak made sense, I'm pretty sure we find out why they do things in their own sequential order. Or some of the, I guess, fallacies of the way we think. Cause I know for sure them niggas don't hallucinate. Them motherfuckers is saying that shit for a reason. We just don't know what's under the hood.
reasoning is certainly harder to benchmark, but DeepSeek's model does show promising performance, and in some aspects, it is comparable to OpenAI O1 preview on their benchmark, of course. You can try out DeepSeek's reasoning model R1 right now completely for free with 50 messages a day. Just a few pointers: you can input PDFs, unlike OpenAI O1, which still doesn't support it after 76 days. However, R1 has a problem with a pretty strict context window limit, so when I put in paper, it was only able to parse about half of it, but the quality of the summarization is pretty good. I did a quick blind test. GPT-4o got first, DeepSeek got second, Claude 3.5 third, and Grok is fourth, but this got first, DeepSeek got second, Claude 3.5 third, and
DeepSeek beat out Claude. See? I gotta check out DeepSeek.
Grok is fourth, but this result is based on my own preference. DeepSeek also published the scaling law of their experiments with reasoning models so far, which seems pretty aligned with what OpenAI has previously predicted. As for the other releases, well, BioQuinn is probably the most hype, with them actually releasing a model, Quill 32B preview, which I am definitely going to experiment with in the future. Benchmark-wise, it's an absolute pleasant surprise across the board, especially given that this is the first model with performance this strong paired with a parameter count, which is 32 billion parameters. So now we have a good idea of the scale that the TCC models operate at. And since the model is open weights, we got some pretty good third-party evaluations. In this benchmark by Wolfram Ravenwolf in the MMLU Pro CS category, Quill at 8-bit EXL2 quantization overtakes Llama 405B, Mistral 123B, and even the latest GPT-4o in these tests. Keep in mind, this is a quantized 32B model, so even with a debuff, it still looks really promising. On Quill's official evaluation, in 2 out of the 4 benchmarks, it outperforms O1 Preview, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, these two companies, Qwen and DeepSeek, are the companies you really should keep tabs on in 2025. On the other hand, Marco O1 and Lava O1 were both released between DeepSeek R1 and Quill, with Marco O1 being an attempt at applying Monte Carlo tree search as the search method for test time compute, with the base model being Qwen 2 Monte Carlo tree search as the search method.
It's crazy because Amazon's Claude, Claude is backed by Amazon, but Alibaba, they just a conglomerate in China itself. Like them motherfuckers have every AI distributed in China. They more the government than the government themselves.
Method for test time compute, with the base model being Qwen 7B. This is probably one of the best documented MCTS search we've seen so far, with a model we can actually play with. On the other hand, we have Lava O1, now renamed to Lava Chain of Thought. It is a vision language model that aims to perform systematic and structural reasoning on vision data. It decomposes the answer generation process into 4 structured reasoning stages: summarization, visual interpretation, logical reasoning, and conclusion generation, which is definitely a first for vision tasks. So now, if you give it math problems with diagrams or images with objects, this chain of thought process can drastically improve performance. Theoretically, because they haven't released the model, but the chain of thought method outperforms its non-chain of thought counterpart by nearly 9%. This is achieved through fine-tuning unstructured data in a novel inference time scaling method called stage-level beam search, where the AI generates multiple options at each stage and evaluates their quality, then pick the best option. This does give me hope for models being able to explain a graph or a diagram for me, because right now that's something all LLMs are still struggling with, and TTC might be able to help with that. And before I end this video, let me show you guys this research that aims to replicate OpenAI O1 called O1 Journey. In part 1 of the research, released on October 8th, they introduced a new training paradigm called journey learning, which synthesizes long reasoning processes. They also proposed the first model to successfully integrate search and learning in mathematical reasoning. On top of that, they released a part 2 paper a few weeks ago, which found that replicating O1 through distillation works pretty well, essentially training on the generation outputs of O1. I have a video about what distillation is, so if you want to learn more, you can check it out. And yeah, the search process that they have incorporated includes trial and error, correction, backtracking, and reflection, making this the first effective documented approach for complex reasoning tasks. So this is definitely a good paper to read first while we all wait for DeepSeek and Qwen to release their technical reports or papers. And if you like today's collection of papers, definitely check out my newsletter where I cover the latest and the hottest research papers that I might not even have time to make videos about. It is a weekly issue that contains both the latest AI research breakdowns and news, so don't miss out. Thank you for watching. A big shout out to Andrew Laschelius, Chris Ledoux, Deegan.
Yeah, we want to tap into the paper. It's always good to stay ahead. Subscribe to it. Let's see what the comments got to say. How long till DT replicates O3? Recalling. I'm gonna say give it till next month or the start of the new year. They'll definitely want to hit the new year with a bang. Definitely want to hit the new year with a bang. That's why they released it quick. Days 77, the number of days between 75. Okay. Coin is insane locally. Nah, yeah, Coin. I wish I got a chance to use Coin. Coin is the smallest coin is insanely best since that's all I can run locally. Yeah, I'm this guy. My computer hardware is not good enough to run the coin with all the parameters. Nonetheless, BuyCloud always gives us some of the best videos. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and I'm gonna be there for the next one. Fireship, we love you. Thank you for bringing us the best content day in and day out. We're going to tune into this computation video because it's changed forever. Let's get right into it.
This is the world's largest supercomputer, El Capitan, with over 1 million CPU cores and 10 million GPU cores at its disposal. Some might call it blazingly fast, but Google just unveiled a new quantum chip named Willow that can fit in the palm of your hand and solve certain problems septillions of times faster than this future dinosaur. To put that in perspective, a problem that takes Willow 5 minutes to compute would take El Capitan this many years. That's more years than the age of the universe. Even if you had an El Capitan supercomputer for every grain of sand on Earth, powered by a Dyson sphere around the sun, it would still be many times slower than Willow. But the Americans aren't the only ones making breakthroughs in the quantum computing field. Just days ago, China introduced a record-breaking 504-qubit superconducting chip. After seeing this big number, people on the internet started freaking out because a computer this powerful could break. After seeing this big number, introduced a record-breaking 504
Develops record-breaking 504 qubit quantum computer. So for those who don't think that I know, or for those who really don't know, right now we're not on quantum computing. We process things on 4 bits, right? That means that the possibilities of getting an answer are only in binaries, 4 bits. Like you can only get the limited. I want to say it right because I know I'm butchering it. You basically can only have 4 bits of possibilities. That's the best way I could put it. Like the chances of you answering is only in 4 bits, right? Quantum computing, I believe, is either 8, 16. The amount of bits that you're able to compute in. This one is 504 qubits. 504 qubits. Yo, look, I only know about more than 4. 504 qubits, that means that there is 504 more possibilities and more ways to answer whatever fucking question you have, bro. 500 and more possibilities, bro. And mind you, we already operate on 4 bits, right? And this is what our computers are and how it answers. Look at how fucking good it does. 504 qubits on quantum power is ridiculous. You get what I mean? And for Google to say that that small little thing can compute what, 10 sextillion? Like that is, now we're getting into like how fast can you get the information rather than what information you get in.
qubit superconducting chip. After seeing this big number, people on the internet started freaking out because a computer this powerful could break unbreakable encryption algorithms and steal all those Hawk-Tuah tokens that you just YOLO'd your life savings into. But that's ignorant. By the end of this video, you'll understand how quantum computing actually works and why it still totally sucks as of today. It is December 10th, 2024, and you're watching the Code Report. On one hand, quantum computing could lead us to a utopia that unlocks fusion energy, artificial superintelligence, and immortality with nanorobot doctors, but it also poses an existential threat to humanity. Computing at this speed means that unbreakable encryption algorithms are suddenly rendered worthless. Any hacker
Yeah, bro, like if you have a password, just think of it like this. If you have a password, all right, it'll take me long right now with my computer to guess it. Give me a 500 qubit computer, bro. I'm guessing that bitch in 1 second, my nigga. Like all you gotta give me is more possibilities of answers, and it's over, my nigga.
with a quantum computer could instantly brute force your RSA encrypted communications on the internet, or worse yet, crack your wallet seed phrase and steal all your daddy tokens and NFTs. But despite Google and China making some big breakthroughs, this technology is still nowhere near being useful. To understand why,
You know what's sad though? the IT space is one of the spaces that's least talked about, because if you tell a programmer you can make a program and I could just undercut you, a programmer is going to do his very best not to get that information out there and let other niggas know that, hey, look, hackers can fuck us up. So, like, in reality, every programmer should be well versed in hacking because it helps your system grow inevitably.
You first need to understand how quantum computing works. Classical computers, like the one you're using right now, rely on bits, binary zeros and ones, to process information.
All right, so you see 1 bit, 2 bits, 4 bits, 8 bits. You feel me? That I honestly, the definition I gave was spot on because I never gave an odd number. We operate in bits. It's either 4 bits, 8 bits, but the larger it is, the more possibilities you get from a machine.
Each bit represents
And numbers can be translated into words. You feel me? So that's the only kicker. You're looking at it like numbers, like what is this gonna do? No, it's gonna either crack an encryption, tell us what a message is, like decipher it, or do something that we aren't even ready to talk about yet. So
a single state, like a light switch, and you can combine them together to do complex things like stream this video around the world. Quantum computers also use ones and zeros, but put them in something called a quantum bit, or qubit. The key difference, though, is that they can represent the quantum superposition of multiple ones and zeros at the same time. Like, you can imagine a qubit as a box with a cat inside, and when you open it, there's a certain probability that the cat will be dead or alive, but you don't know until you open it. Mathematically, the equation looks like this, where A and B are probabilities, called amplitudes, that the qubit will collapse to a 0 or 1 when measured, and that means one qubit can represent a ton of information and compute in parallel. What's really weird, though, is that these qubits can become entangled, where the state of one qubit is directly related to the state of another, even though they're physically very far apart, and that weird behavior can be used to coordinate computations using quantum gates. They can do things like flip a qubit and create entanglement to provide a similar purpose to logic gates in classical computers, but do so by leveraging quantum mechanics magic. It sounds awesome, but the big problem is that qubits are extremely delicate, and they consistently produce errors, with some qubits having higher error rates than others, and that means they constantly need to deal with error correction to keep the thing stable. Not to mention, these chips need to be kept at temperatures near absolute zero to even work, so don't expect an Apple quantum phone anytime soon. Now, one thing that's special about Google's Willow chip is that it's able to find qubits with high error rates and reconfigure them on the fly, therefore reducing the overall error rate. And what's especially weird is that the error-corrected qubits get exponentially better as they get bigger, and Willow is the first chip to ever do that. Another big problem with qubits is that they need to be aroused into a state of superposition, and can only maintain that state for about 20 microseconds in the past, but on Willow they've increased it by 5 times, up to 100 microseconds. That's still not a lot of time, but Google's next big milestone is to build a long-lived logical qubit. Willow only has 105 qubits, but can still perform certain calculations, like finding the prime factors in a large number, much faster than classical computers. Algorithms like Shor's have been around since the 90s to do this, but we've never had the quantum hardware to actually run them. In theory, when quantum
can you imagine that? Shor's created an algorithm for a computer that didn't exist. Only humans can make that make sense. Shor's okay.
computers get to around 2,000 qubits, they should be able to break widely used encryption systems.
I believe there was quantum computing back then. I just feel like in reality, we went back to caveman times over time period, and we're now going back. It's like a reverse, like a circle of life. We're going to fuck up technology soon so much that we forget how to use technology. So we're going to revert back to our barbaric ways. And then once we revert back to our barbaric ways, we will become one and singular with everything around us. So we will make new forms of advancement and have technology all over the world that could do things that we never fathomed. It's all like a cycle, it's a loop. And I feel like right now we're just like in a specific part of the time skip or loop.
Like RSA, using simple brute force techniques that would take classical computers millions or billions of years currently. And what's scary is that the Chinese just released their own quantum chip with 504 qubits. That's impressive, but the real thing to watch here is the error rate. Once the error rate gets low enough, we'll hit that inflection point that allows quantum computers to scale up exponentially and change the world in unimaginably good and bad ways. But this timeline has been all messed up since that fateful day on May 28, 2016, and the best way to keep up as a developer is by hanging out with other developers on daily.dev, the sponsor of today's video. It's a completely free social platform that curates all the best developer content on the internet and helps you connect with other like-minded people. Instead of
I always put it off daily.dev because I want to get into that community more, be more involved in it. So we just gonna do it live. Start reading free forever. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure, for sure. Let me see, for sure, for sure. Add to Chrome. Add extension. Extension downloaded. Alright, you notice you decided to pass on the extension. I didn't though. Yeah, see that I have it. Alright, I bet. So for this part, I'm just gonna, hey guys, because I just wanna do my thing in peace without you guys having to see all that. But if you guys are sticking around for this part, make sure you go to daily.dev. I'm going to do this because I want to either create a group or like experience level. You already know. Highly experienced. No, what? I've suffered enough, nigga. All right, I think this is the part where we could get back to our normal screen. Script, npm, docker, containers, cloud native, multi-cloud, Azure, Microsoft. Hey, LLM, DevOps, frontend, GitHub. Okay, so I'm gonna come back and select all of it and create a personalized feed. Okay. All right. And boom. All right. Oh, this fire. Okay. So we on daily.dev. If y'all stuck around all the way to the end, please like, comment, subscribe. These new systems actually simulate reality. AI Griff finna get us right into this right now.
So today we got probably one of the craziest announcements this year that could truly change the future of robotics. This is the Genesis project. This is a revolutionary new tool that combines the creative power of generative AI with the accuracy of real-world physics. Imagine being able to create virtual environments and train in a way that's not just realistic, but a way that is incredibly fast and efficient. That's exactly what Genesis does. Now, this project has been in development for 2 years, with over 20 research labs collaborating to make it a reality. The result is a powerful physics engine that can create dynamic 4-dimensional worlds, and these worlds are fully interactive and incredibly detailed, making them perfect for developing advanced robotics and applications in physical AI, which is a field of teaching machines to understand and interact with the physical world. Now, Genesis stands out because it's written in Python, a programming language that many people already know, and even so, it's shockingly fast, 10 to 80 times faster than the other high-end tools that rely on powerful GPUs like Isaac Sim, Jim, and MJX. For example, it can train a robot to walk in just 26 seconds using a single NVIDIA RTX.
Excuse me, sir, would you like
26 seconds to teach a robot how to walk. I want you guys to put that into perspective. How long does it take a baby to learn how to walk? You get what I mean? So once these systems are fully available for world use, a lot of regular people are gonna be like, you feel me? Like, it sucks to say, but if you wasn't that kid that walked early, like you ain't show some signs of like, I guess, stardom. Like doctors didn't tell you like, oh, you got a good baby. Like normally babies don't. If you ain't get that growing up, my boy, AI is gonna eat you alive. If you did, believe it or not, you stand a chance.
90, which is an incredible achievement. Now, the speed isn't just for show, It's about making cutting edge technology available to more researchers and developers. Now, what's crazy about this is that this is actually open source. This means anyone can access this code and learn from it and use it to create their own projects. I think this is probably going to be one of the largest developments for robotics, because one of the main problems that we do have in terms of, trying to advance robotics is the data collection issue. Collecting data for robotics is tedious because, as you all know, many people currently use teleoperation. And this makes sense because you're interacting with the robot in a real physical world. And of course, you can collect that data because you know exactly where the robot is, how it interacts with the world, and how the tasks are achieved successfully or unsuccessfully. But if we have something like this, which is a true physics simulation, something that is very accurate in terms of the one-to-one mapping of the physical world, then things are going to speed up at a ridiculous pace. And we've seen before with prior projects when we've used previous simulations like NVIDIA's Isaac Sim or NVIDIA's Isaac Gym, what that has done for the pace of robotics. So if this is something that is widely used and is remarkably more efficient than those other tools from NVIDIA, then this is going to be something that completely changes the game. And
honestly, in order to get the best results from the simulation, even the training, I feel like you should pair it with, well, I guess, workers that aren't up to par with company standards. So that way, even if the robotics keep losing, it'll be built off of data that's company driven. So when it does outpace an employee, it could be deemed like a groundbreaking event because it took X amount of time to get there. That means that the system is, training and learning at a reasonable amount of time. But it has to be backed not on data that you could feed it. It has to be backed on data that you could retrain and kind of give it a reward loop. Like at the end of each, I guess, training session or work, it should be like you should have it programmed to have it a reward factor. So even in the event something happens, like some malfunction, at least you have a reward factor. You know what I mean? And the reward factor could be like the calibration or the reset, or like a reset regardless. If it could be done, I'm just giving you what could work. If it could be done, if the technological wise it matches and it is like it lines up with what you can do hardware and programming wise.
we all know companies and countries are really, really trying to work hard when it comes to robotics. So with something like this being embedded into the ecosystem of AI and robotics, we're probably going to see things explode overall. I mean, one of the things that we have to understand is that the real problem is not the humanoid robots platform. Humanoid robots are really successful at doing a variety of different tasks. The main problem is, of course, the autonomy and ensuring that we can get enough data to scale our efforts across the world. So this is going to be something that I think is going to be really fascinating, especially when we start seeing first use cases. Of course, right now, this is something that they have just released, so it will be a little bit of time before we start to see the real world implications of this. I can imagine that there are some developers probably already hacking away at their labs, figuring out the best ways and the best settings to get to grips with this kind of software. So for me, this is largely one of the craziest AI updates / robotics updates because this has a wide range of applications that most of us simply cannot fathom. Before we get into all of the futuristic sci-fi outcomes of this, let's take a look at how good this simulator is and some of the key features that differentiates it from any software that's existed before. Now, the Genesis project introduces a groundbreaking feature, a generative agent that can handle every step of teaching robots how to operate in realistic environments entirely on its own. First, it autonomously designs virtual environments that mimics real-world spaces like kitchens, living rooms, and other everyday settings. Then, it proposes the tasks for the robots to perform, such as opening a microwave, picking up objects, or navigating through furniture. But it doesn't stop there. It also creates the reward systems, which are like the incentives for robots, teaching them what success looks like. For instance, if a robot successfully opens a microwave, the system gives it a reward, helping it learn faster and better. And finally, it automates the entire process of writing robotic policies, which are the detailed instructions or strategies that guide how robots move, think, and interact with their environment. That means that robots don't just get trained, they become smarter and more capable of handling complex tasks, all while developers and researchers save time and effort. And by combining these capabilities, Genesis sets a new standard for how robots learn
Hey there, my web.
Genesis stands are new standards for how robots learn.
and adapt to the physical world. Now, what's crazy about this physics engine that can simulate an incredibly diverse range of physical phenomena, this engine actually combines state-of-the-art physics solvers like MPM, material point method, SPH, smooth particle, hydrodynamics, FEM, finite element method, rigid body dynamics, and PBD, among many others, and this makes it capable of realistically simulating virtually anything you can imagine, from rigid objects to objects like metal, to soft deformables like cloth and rubber, to complex materials like liquid and smoke, and even elastic or plastic bodies. And it doesn't stop there. Genesis even